Hello, my name is Carla de Guzman. I'm a romance writer from the Philippines and I just bought more books. I have to give a shout out to Elizabeth Lane, who runs a really great romance channel here on YouTube. She's doing a no book buying year. And how? Like, girl, how? You're amazing. I don't know how she does it. She's great and I love her channel. Everyone's just like buying books because of all these crazy sales. And you know, I had done well. I did not go to Big Bad Wolf's book sale. So last Friday, my friend, editor, and poet Layla invited me to go to the Cubao big book blowout in the huge national bookstore in Cubao. It's like their flagship store, so they were having like a huge sale. So she invited me, and we were also meeting our other friend April, who was one of the best influencers. And so she invited me, and I had plans not to buy books. I don't know what happened. The second floor of National Bookstore in Cubao is on sale, so everything is on sale. So we were there for a long time, like 3-4 hours, and we ended up like really being able to comb through the whole thing. And I have some advice about that, but we'll get to that later. So we're gonna do like a haul of the things that I got from the sale first. I was standing behind one of the counters waiting for the scanny thingy, and then I saw it and I'm like, ooh, I wonder if that's on sale. Then I pulled it out of the shelf and ooh, it's on sale. But this is Jessica Hish's 100 Drop Caps postcard box. If you don't know who Jessica Hish is, she's a letterer and digital artist. She is amazing, like, and so cool. She's like the coolest person, one of the coolest people I've ever not met on Instagram. And she's a really great letterer. And this postcard box contains 100 postcards of her drop caps. These are so gorgeous. Like, I could look at them all day. And it's 100 postcards of these amazing letters that she made. I've been convincing myself that I don't need it, but then I saw it and I thought, and this sale was like 60% off. It was 60% off, and you know, I just had to get it. I had to get it. So it's one of those really good things that I got from the sale. Yes. The second thing was an accident. Okay, fine. It didn't fall into my cart or anything. I put it there. But so my friends and I were talking by this table full of books, and I looked down and I saw this box, and I'm like, oh, okay, what is that? That looks interesting. And I bet it's super expensive. And then I turned it around. It was also 60% off. So this is the Forgetful Gentleman's Correspondence Kit. Basically what it is, it's like a gentleman's version of those boxes that you used to have, where it's full of note cards and envelopes, stationery basically for dudes. And this one was 60% off from $20, so like 1,000 pesos. I got it for 300, so it's really not a bad price. And I have already used it to my own purposes. It's now full of stickers, my other note cards that I already have. So yeah, it's basically become my stationery box. I used to have like a stationery box when I was a kid featuring kittens, and I like this more. Now we are actually on to the real books that I got from the sale. So the first book that I bought from the book sale was Tessa Dares the Duchess Deal. Now, Carla, I hear you say, didn't you already talk about this book in your Best of 2018 video, link description up in the thingy there? Didn't you already say that you had a copy of this? And isn't it like the other version? So you basically already have a copy of it? Yes, I know. I figured I would buy it and then give it to the romance class lending library. The thing is, romance isn't as accessible here in the Philippines as you think it is. We get a lot of YA. All of the recent YA books are all here. The authors all come here. But when it comes to romance, the print books that we get are very few and far between. And so when we find print copies of the books we like, or when we go to places where more of these books are available, we try to buy copies and lend them to each other. So that's how the Romance Class Lending Library started. And I think it's a great thing. That is how I read print copy of A Princess in Theory just after it came out. That's how I read Rebecca Weatherspoon's So Sweet. That's how people are getting more into Alyssa Cole's books, Alicia Rye's books, Jasmine Guillory. So it's a great thing. Courtney Milan, I've borrowed Courtney Milan's The Duchess War from the lending library, so I think it's a great thing, and I'm happy to contribute this super awesome book to the library. So I don't know what possessed me, but I also got a copy of From Twinkle with Love by Sandhya Menon. First of all, her covers are so cute. Her so beautiful, and that pink against the blue dress. Maybe I should read When Dimple Met Rishi first. I don't know. We'll see. I think I'll be more into From Twinkle with Love, mostly because of Flipping the Script by Denise Season. After that, if I hadn't read that first, I might not buy this, but I had, so we'll see. Now this teeny tiny book, it's tiny. I think I found this at the religious books area. I don't know, but this is a tiny book on women artists. So it's a coffee table book, I guess, but it's small. So it has these full color prints of photographs and art by women. I know Mary Cassatt, but she was American, so maybe it's Cassatt. Mary Cassatt. But this is not the work I know her for. Okay, Mary Cassatt was kind of famous for being close friends with Edgar Degas, and at the time they were very into printmaking, so she had some works on print. This is Berthe Morisot's work. I love Berthe Morisot. She's one of my favorite women artists. This is not the best example of her work, but okay. She was also one of Manet's muses, and interestingly enough, she's next in page with Eva Gonzalez, also another one of Manet's muses. I knew she painted, but I did not know that this was what she painted. So it looks like a Manet painting, but in a good way. This next book, kind of expensive still. The sale on it wasn't very saley, but I figured I wouldn't be able to find this anywhere else. So like I just bit the bullet, like bahala na. So I just picked it up. So this is The Symphony of Seduction, The Great Love Stories of Classical Composers. I don't know how famous composers are for their love stories. Like I feel like I should know. So this is kind of surprising that there's an actual book on it, but it's very relevant to this thing that I may or may not be working on, and I'm super interested in this topic. So it has stories from Schumann, Debussy, Brahms, written by a man though, but we'll see. I'm very optimistic about it. And it's still in plastic because I promised myself I wouldn't open this until I finished the Noah Charney book, The Art of Forgery. I talked about it in my February reads and I haven't finished it yet. I also talk about why I'm having a hard time finishing it. But yeah, I promised myself I would finish that first and then I would read this. So I'm not allowed to open it from the plastic yet. I found this at the exact same table where I found the stationery box. So we were standing there and I saw this. I saw this illustration again of Frida Kahlo. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So what is this book? So it's portrait illustrations of different famous people. So this is like F. Scott, is that F? Yeah, F. Scott Fitzgerald, Zelda Fitzgerald, Kiki Montparnasse. So it's like little short quick profiles of them, but the thing is they show the connections of these people with each other, these famous people with each other. There's a tag here. The original price is $20. National was selling it for 395 pesos. I got it at 100 something. Okay, if you were to ask me, like, out of all of these books, do I have a favorite? Yes, I do. I have a favorite book based on both price and the book itself. That when I saw it on the shelf, it was like lying on its side and I was like, hang on a minute. I picked it up and it's like, oh, so you get it for that cheap. So I got In the Company of Women by Grace Bonney. Grace Bonney was the founder of Design Sponge, which is this really cool website on the internet about interiors, DIY, fashion, illustrations, things like that. It's a very cool website. I used to follow it a lot when I was in college. but I remember reading a feature that she did on one of the women that she admired. So, and they talked about this book, In the Company of Women. So, what it is basically, it is a book. Of course, it's a book. It's a book of short profiles on these amazing women in different creative fields. I super admire a lot of the women here, in one of which is Julia Rothman. She's an amazing illustrator, and she has the ability to just pick up a uni pen and just draw anything, which is so good. But yeah, so Julia Rothman, and then they printed her illustrations. Like, these are her answers to the questions that they had for her. I'm really happy with this book. Its original value is 1,600. I got it for 600 pesos. That's the kind of sale we're talking about. So it's like a hefty book. It's a hefty book, and if I were to walk away from the book sale with just one book, I would walk away with this one because I have wanted it for so long. So that's it. Those are all the books that I got from the Cubao sale, National Bookstore's Cubao Blowout sale. If you're interested in getting copies of these books, well, if you're interested in getting books on sale, really, that sale runs up to March 17, I think. So this is not a sponsored video, so I'm just saying, okay? With the amount of books on sale there, they can't always put the exact sales sticker on the price tag, but if you check on their scanning counter thingy, it should tell you how much the book is on sale for. So I'd definitely recommend like just putting everything you want in your cart and then checking the price, taking out what you don't want, putting more in. So yeah, so that's like the biggest piece of advice I could give you. Again, for me, not so worth it with the fiction books because not a lot of romance. There was a copy of Lisa Kleypas's Marrying Winterborn, but I already have the audiobook on Scribe, so I didn't really feel the need to buy it anymore. So there's that. Definitely, I'd recommend going through the entire nonfiction section because the books there are all jumbled up. It makes no sense, absolutely no sense anymore, but you know, you can find some really great gems there. So basically assume that the entire second floor of National Bookstore there is on sale. But of course you have to check the price first because I remember looking at the Spark NA books from Anvil. They are not on sale, guys, so just be warned. So yeah, that's it for me. So if you couldn't relate to this at all because this is a Philippine book sale in the Philippines, why not check out my books on Amazon and Smashwords? So if you just look up my name, Carla de Guzman, you can find my romance books there. You can also find print copies of my books at the Romance Class website. Or if you're from the Philippines, you can order from me. You can talk to me on Twitter or on Instagram at Carla K. de Guzman. As for this YouTube channel, clearly it's not an AuthorTube channel. It's just me talking about books. Sometimes I talk about writing, sometimes I don't, but whatever. This is my YouTube channel. And if you're interested in what I'm doing here, you can just click the subscribe button. I upload videos every Wednesday. And for those of you who might be asking, I am wearing ColourPop's Foolish on my lips. I think it's an ultra matte. I think it's a Luxe lipstick in ultra matte, but it doesn't feel matte. But anyway, so yeah, it's that. So yeah, I think that's it for me. I'll see you next week, and bye.